right, ladies and gentlemen, come on in and we're going to get right into the news. Listen, guys, this is not going to be a super long video, but I need to talk to you guys. It's happening. At this point, when I show you guys this, it's happening. They're putting all these movies out on 4K, probably sometime early next year. Now, here's the thing. I want to catch you up on this in case you've missed a couple of my last videos. So things are popping off right now with New Line Cinema / Warner Brothers and Arrow Video. We got the 4K release of Friday the 13th, 2009 from Arrow. They put it out. Word is that the movie could already be out of print. I'll know more about that soon. Arrow said that they're not putting it back in stock right now on their website because it was limited. We don't know if there's going to be a standard version without the slipcase or anything like that. But if you haven't ordered that yet, I would start going to websites like Barnes & Nobles, wherever you can buy movies, and see if you can get it right now at retail, because these movies are on Amazon right now. I think they're going up to like 50, 60 bucks. So that's that. We do have the release of A Nightmare on Elm Street, which I'm still waiting on both copies. I got the standard 4K from America, and then I got the really nice one overseas. Hopefully that ships soon. That'll come out Tuesday. I'll review that as soon as I get it. I know that there are reviews out there, but hopefully people in my audience want to see what I think about it. So be tuned for that next week. I will review the Nightmare on Elm Street 4K. That came out directly from Warner Brothers. So what happens next is where things really take a wild turn. We started getting rumblings about Arrow getting releases for Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, and potentially Freddy vs. Jason. What really solidified this whole thing is when we saw the fact that Adam Marcus came out, and I did a video about this with proof. You can go see it. Adam has talked about this. And there's something I want to add to this that I didn't add in that video because I found this out after the fact. We found out that Adam Marcus not only basically said, yes, this movie's coming out on 4K, but he even said, yes, I just restored this movie with the cinematographer myself, the uncut version. The movie's never looked better. Then we come to find out that people that have their Trick or Treat Arrow video 4K, which mine's coming in the mail. Hopefully I'll have that soon. I'll review that for you guys as well. On the inside, there is a card of Jason X in there. So when it comes to answering that question, is this really happening? Not only did Adam Marcus confirm that, yes, I did restore the movie on 4K, but also that Arrow Video has pictures of Jason X cards in there, which means that Arrow Video is definitely probably cooking up a New Line era of Jason films on a 4K set, which is going to be huge. And to top it off, two more things. Somebody sent me a DM chat they had with Adam Marcus. I posted this on my YouTube community tab. You could go to it and look at it. Adam Marcus said that it's not for sure, but they were trying, who they are, he never said. We're assuming that means Arrow. They are trying, well, we know it's Arrow at this point. They're trying to get a license to the original rough cut of Jason Goes to Hell, the one that's supposedly 3 hours long, that has all the Creighton Duke backstory footage that he filmed, that has supposedly never seen the light of day. We saw them do this with Bloodlines, Hellraiser last year with their 4K set, which showed the movie in a way most people had never seen it before. Whether you like it or not is up for debate, but the fact is that is history being put on a disc that can never go away now. We have that in our hands. This is good stuff. Whether you like the idea of a Jason Goes to Hell cut or not, that is good. We need to strive to get those sort of things for perseverance sake, because otherwise these things could eventually disappear. So that's that. So now we have Arrow working on all that. We have, which we'll probably get an announcement about that on Friday the 13th in December. There's another Friday the 13th in December. Expect big announcements on that day from Arrow Video. Now, here's where things get really interesting. We know that Nightmare on Elm Street obviously has just come out from Warner Brothers. One or two things is happening, and I have proof from a director of one of the Elm Street sequels. One or two things is about to happen. Number one, Warner Brothers saw how probably insane the demand was for this movie on 4K at Nightmare on Elm Street, meaning they probably, I wouldn't doubt if there was 80,000 pre-orders, maybe 100,000 pre-orders more on A Nightmare on Elm Street for 4K, maybe even more. I could be undershooting it. My point is, I think Warner Brothers is seeing this like, oh my God, this is insane. So they're going ahead and getting all these movies going now. Or there's a chance Arrow could be working with Warner Brothers to do some of these Freddy films as well. That remains to be seen. But let's get to the proof. If you're wondering if the sequels are actually being worked on, we finally have an answer. And I'm going to give you my thoughts on this in a second. But here we go. The movie Freddy's Dead was directed by Rachel Talalay. Now, if you don't know, Rachel Talalay worked as a production assistant, I think, on the first movie, and continually worked her way up in the company of New Line Cinema, to the point to where when they got to Freddy's Dead, she spearheaded the project. She directed Freddy's Dead. I think she did a great job, a journeyman's job. Somebody, a fan of the channel, said, you need to see this, Christian. Now, Rachel Talalay doesn't have a huge Instagram. She has 22,000 followers, which is, I mean, great. That's way more than I have. My point is, in the grand scheme of things, that's not a huge account. I don't know how many of my friends or people that are watching this are following Rachel Talalay. Somebody sent me her latest post. Now, this is where my jaw hit the floor. This looks like an inconspicuous post, but then you look behind this, you see the Warner Brothers logo. Rachel Talalay just posted this 2 hours ago. Dreaming of a water tower, hashtag Freddy Krueger, Freddy's Dead. Regrading a movie from 30 years ago is an exercise in being punched in the face by every rookie mistake with a rare occasional that was good. But this is what really got me, guys. New 3D is a revelation, though. Freddy's brain is peak Brett. Hashtag A Nightmare on Elm Street. She's remastering Freddy's Dead literally right now. Literally right now. This post was 2 hours ago. She's at the Warner Brothers lot. This woman is remastering Freddy's Dead. Now, of course it's for a disc. Freddy's Dead is not a movie that I think Warner Brothers is chomping at the bit to remaster, to put on a streaming site. They're doing this. Now, one or two things could happen because of this. Now, I can see Arrow definitely going out of the way to not only make sure that the directors are remastering the movies for themselves, for their release, because they want it done the absolute best possible way, that these movies could possibly get a limited 4K Arrow release, and then Warner Brothers can do their own box set, a more standard retail version box set. I could be off on this, but the way things have been going with Arrow, guys, we are in uncharted territory right now. Arrow could absolutely be taking over. Or the other thing is, like I said, Warner Brothers may see just how successful Nightmare on Elm Street is on 4K, and they're saying, let's go for it. Now, the other thing that excites me about this, what she said, let me reiterate. The new 3D is a revelation, though. This makes me really think we're going to get an uncut part 5. To me, this tells me if they're going out of their way to properly redo the 3D, which I think is only a format that is for Blu-ray. I don't think there's 4K Blu-ray, but there is true Blu-ray 3D with televisions and all that. If they are going out of their way to make sure they are doing a proper 3D restoration of Freddy's Dead, albeit it's one scene in the movie, the final act of the movie, this tells me that they're probably going to get the uncut Dream Child, as well as possibly more uncut stuff from the previous films we don't know about. This is huge, guys. This tells me, if they're doing this for Freddy's Dead, this tells me that this is going to be huge for the Elm Street franchise. And the last thing I want to say about this that has me ping-ponging who's putting this out, Warner Brothers was very tight-lipped about Elm Street on 4K. They never really talked much about what's going on with it, who's doing what. But Arrow definitely, in my opinion, was okay. Otherwise, they would have had Adam deleting these things left and right. To me, I think Arrow was okay with them saying, "Hey, throw out a little nugget. Just kind of say something. You don't have to broadcast it, but throw out a little nugget. Let's just see if it builds people up." People grabbed on to Adam Marcus saying on that Twitter post that Physical Media put out on Twitter or X, "This is coming," and he goes, "Oh yeah, I just restored it with the cinematographer." I could see Arrow telling Rachel, "Hey, just put out a little feeler. Kind of just toss it out there. Don't even be too skinny." Oh, and here's the other thing. The second picture on this was her showing a screening of Freddy's Dead on a big monitor. So, guys, this is huge. There is a chance Arrow could be working with the Nightmare on Elm Street films, or Warner Brothers is going to do this themselves. But regardless, the fact that Freddy says getting this restoration, they're all coming. They are all coming. So that's where I'm going to leave this off, guys. I have so many questions, and I'm hoping we're gonna get the answers soon. When I know, you will know. But listen, you guys can breathe. If that's not a clear indication that these movies are coming out in 4K, all of them, I don't know what is. So there you have it, guys. Rachel Talalay saying she's restoring the film right now. Literally right now, she's working on it as we speak. So there you have it, guys. This is Planet CHH with Physical Media News. Rejoice, because 2025 is about to be absolutely insane. See you guys next time. Huge giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind the scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.